Welcome back to the deep dive. I want to start with a bit of a nightmare scenario. Just imagine for a second, you wake up tomorrow, you go to log on to your website, and everything, years of work, all your content, customer data is just gone, vanished, with no clear way to get it back.
It's the stuff of genuine digital nightmares, and honestly, the scary part is how often that kind of thing actually happens. That sudden, sinking feeling, that's exactly what we're here to ensure against today.
Absolutely. Our mission today is a deep dive into protecting your WordPress site.
Yeah.
And this isn't just about, making a simple copy. It's about building a bulletproof safeguard, a real insurance policy against, well, anything. A hack, a server failure, even just a bad plugin update.
Right. We've been digging into a ton of material on modern, redundant backup strategies, specifically looking at tools that make it easy, like UpdraftPlus and all-in-one WP migration. The goal here is to give you the strategy to turn a month-long panic into a quick, predictable fix.
Okay, so let's unpack that. If my site is running fine right now, why should I even worry about this? What exactly are we protecting our sites from that's so, relentless?
The thing is, the threats are constant. And they're getting more complex. You've got the external threats like hacking attempts, bots constantly probing your site. But then there are the internal threats, the ones we cause ourselves.
Like human error.
Exactly. Simple human error, a plugin conflict that crashes the database, or a server failure that's completely out of your hands. If you don't have that protection, your entire digital presence is, well, it's hanging by a thread.
And the impact of that failure, we're not just talking about a small inconvenience, are we?
Oh, not at all. The damage is severe, and it's long-term. Think about it. You lose months, maybe years of content. But worse, you can lose customer data, you lose trust, and that damage, it spirals. Your SEO rankings just tank because Google sees broken pages. Your revenue can dry up completely. The cost of fixing it is so much higher than the cost of preventing it.
So the whole point of a solid backup strategy is to make recovery swift and confident, turn a total catastrophe into just a little blip.
Precisely. It's the only real way to guarantee you prevent that catastrophic, irrecoverable data loss.
This brings up a great question for everyone listening. Have you ever had a site fail? Or lost data? Maybe you just deleted the wrong thing, or a theme update went sideways. Let us know in the comments below what you think the biggest threat is. Is it a hack? A technical error? Or just, a simple mistake? We've all been there.
It's usually the human element or some unforeseen tech conflict that catches people. But the solution is always preparation. And that brings us to really the ultimate safety formula. It's called the 3-2-1 backup rule.
I like that. It gives you a clear standard to aim for. It's not just good enough. It's a proven strategy for, complete peace of mind. So let's break down those three numbers because the strategy is actually pretty deep.
Right. The first number, 3, means you need to have 3 total copies of your data. That's your live production site, plus 2 separate backup copies. It's all about redundancy. If one copy fails, you have 2 others.
Okay, 3 copies. Got it. And the second number, 2. This means storing them across 2 different storage types.
Exactly. 2 distinct types of storage.
So why? Does a local drive failure really happen that often? Is that the big concern?
Oh, constantly. You'd be surprised. Think about it. You might have a local drive for fast, easy access, but you need a totally separate cloud service as well. This protects you from a single point of failure. If your main server dies or, your own computer gets fried, you still have that other copy.
And that brings us to the most critical number, 1. 1 copy has to be kept offsite.
This is the non-negotiable part. Offsite means a remote service. Think Dropbox, Google Drive, Amazon S3. It's physically and logically separate from your hosting. So if your entire web server gets wiped out or your office network is compromised, that remote copy is untouched, safe and sound.
But for a small site, a blogger just starting out, does this get expensive? Implementing the 3-2-1 rule.
That's the great thing. A lot of modern tools integrate with free or really low-cost cloud services. You can link them to a free Google Drive or Dropbox account. You're not spending a fortune. You're just using secure, separate infrastructure that's already out there. It ensures your backups survive even a total catastrophe.
That is reassuring because it sounds complicated, manually moving files around. But thankfully, there are tools that can automate this whole thing. So let's look at the top contenders for 2025 that make this 3-2-1 rule. Well, Easy for everyone.
Yeah, and it's fascinating how specialized these tools have become. They don't just copy files anymore. They offer solutions for security, migration, even e-commerce.
Give us the quick rundown of the top 4 we looked at.
Okay, so first up is UpdraftPlus. It's the workhorse, known for automated incremental backups, and it connects to tons of cloud options. Makes restoring super straightforward.
Then you have all-in-one WP migration.
Right. That one is all about simplicity. It's a simple export and import, perfect for moving to a new host or just cloning a site without needing any technical skills.
Next is Jetpack WordPress.
This one is more of a premium, security-focused option. It does real-time backups, so it's always up to date, and combines that with security scanning. It's an all-in-one security and backup package, really.
And lastly, for anyone running a store, there's BlogVault.
Yeah, this one is specifically optimized for WooCommerce. It does real-time backups, which is critical for online stores so you don't lose transactions. And it has built-in staging environments.
Okay, but let's focus our deep dive on those first 2, UpdraftPlus and All-in-One, since they're the core tools most people will use to get that 3-2-1 system in place.
Sounds good.
So, UpdraftPlus. The big deal here seems to be flexibility and efficiency. You can schedule backups however you want, or just trigger one manually. But the efficiency part is its real claim to fame, right?
Exactly. It's called incremental efficiency. After that first big backup of the whole site, UpdraftPlus only saves the files that have actually changed. This is so important for sites on, say, cheaper hosting or with slow servers.
Could you give us a practical example of why that matters so much?
Sure. Let's say you have an e-commerce site with 10,000 products. The whole site is, 50 gigabytes. Backing that up every single day would take hours and use a ton of resources. With an incremental backup, if you only added 5 new products today, it just backs up those 5 new things. Maybe 100 megabytes. It saves time, storage space, and puts way less stress on your live server.
That's a huge difference. And I see it supports multi-site networks. What is that for people who don't run agencies?
A multi-site network lets you run a bunch of different websites from just one WordPress installation. UpdraftPlus can handle that whole complex setup, backing up all the sites at once, even to different cloud locations. And the one-click restore means anyone can do it. No tech skills needed for the recovery.
Okay, so now what about all-in-one WP migration? It sounds like its focus is a bit different, more about portability.
Yeah, exactly. It's less about those daily incremental saves and more about moving a complete site. It excels at exporting your entire website database, media, plugins, themes, everything into a single neat little package.
So if I decide my current web host isn't cutting it, I just grab that one file and upload it to the new one. No messing around with databases or file path.
Zero complexity. You just import it on the new host with a few clicks. It's really designed for users of all skill levels, makes migrations and backups super simple without needing any, command line expertise.
That accessibility is incredible. But this is where we have to drop in a huge critical security warning. You must always use official versions of these plugins from trusted sources.
This is the biggest trap. People see these nulled or pirated plugins online for free or for cheap. When you use a nulled plugin, you're not saving $50. You're basically inviting a Trojan horse directly into your website. They're often packed with malicious code that just compromises your entire site. The very thing you're using for security becomes the source of the breach.
Right. Only use verified developers and the official WordPress repository. That's probably the single biggest mistake people make. Okay, let's shift from the tools to the actual day-to-day best practices, the habits we need to form for safety.
There are 4 key practices. First, and this sounds so obvious, but backup. Before updates, it's the one everyone skips. Before any major core theme or plugin update, make a fresh backup. It ensures you can roll back instantly if something breaks.
Second, automate everything. Human memory is unreliable. People get busy, they forget. Setting up automated schedules just eliminates that human error. It creates a consistent history.
Third, and we're hammering this home, store offsite. Never, ever store your backups only on your web server. Use a remote cloud service. If your host gets hacked or just goes out of business, you still have your data.
And finally, version history. Don't just keep yesterday's backup. Keep multiple versions daily, weekly, monthly. This is crucial if a security issue went unnoticed for a few days. You can roll back to a point before the problem started. Here's where it gets really interesting as we dive into the most critical step testing your recovery. But before we do that, we want to make sure you don't miss any of the new content we're rolling out. If you find these deep dives helpful, please take a moment right now to subscribe to our YouTube NCWE-BDEV channel to not miss all the new stuff coming out. All right, let's talk about the single most crucial concept in this whole conversation. The one thing that separates a real plan from just a wish. Testing and recovery.
A backup you've never tested is just a wish, period. It's not a plan. You need to be confident that those files will actually work when you need them. And that confidence only comes from testing. If you wait until a crisis to test your restore process, that's when you find out the database is corrupt or a file is missing. It turns a 1-hour fix into a week-long nightmare.
So what does proper testing actually look like? It's not just seeing the backup complete message, is it?
No, much more than that. You have to routinely test your backups by restoring them to a staging environment. A staging environment is just a safe, private copy of your site. You can break things there, and it won't affect your live site at all.
And this is where you can verify the integrity of the backup.
Correct. You check the file integrity to make sure nothing's corrupted or missing. You log in, you click around, you check your forms, your shop. You make sure everything works. And finally, you should document your process. Write it down. In a crisis, you don't want to be trying to remember steps while you're panicking.
We've covered the safety net, the rule, the tools, the practices. Now let's look at the pitfalls. The common mistakes that undermine all this good intention.
The first one is relying only on manual backups. It just leads to gaps. You forget for a week, and now you have a huge window of vulnerability. Automation is absolutely mandatory.
And circling back to the 3-2-1 rule, the second mistake is same server storage. It's just fundamentally flawed.
It offers zero protection. If the server fails or gets hacked or your hosting account is suspended, everything is gone. The live site and the backups all in one go.
The third is using those untrusted, nulled plugins.
We can't say it enough. You're trading a tiny saving for a guaranteed massive risk. Stick with reputable, verified developers only.
And the fourth big one, which is so ironic, is outdated software. People forget to update their backup plugin itself.
Right. You fail to update the plugin, leaving known security holes unpatched. You're basically exposing your entire backup system to an attack. You have to secure the safety net itself.
It's amazing how often that happens. You forget to protect the thing designed to protect you. This is a great time for another question for you, our listeners. Which of these mistakes do you think is the biggest threat for the average WordPress user? Is it manual backups, same server storage, or forgetting to update? Let us know what you think. So what does this all mean? We started with the high stakes of losing everything, and we've ended with simple, actionable steps to prevent it. Your backups are truly your website's ultimate safeguard. They're your insurance policy.
Don't wait for a disaster. Act now. Use trusted tools like UpdraftPlus or all-in-one WP migration and follow the best practices. The 3-2-1 rule, automation, and regular testing. It's that simple.
Secure your digital presence with confidence. Don't worry about if a disaster will happen, but prepare for when. Because if you follow these steps, recovery takes minutes, not months of panic. So start your backup routine today.